Hi guys, thanks for watching. Today's video is a diorama. I'm just going to start a diorama. I've not done one before, so this is my first attempt at one. Got a piece of ply. It's a good thick piece, 12mm thick ply, and it's 300mm by 200mm. I'm going to do a rally stage type start off, like a starting gate rally stage. So I'm going to I've done a centre line down middle, 100mm, so we equal both sides, so cars banging middle at that car will be banging middle at track. So I've put that car in there, and then thinking I'm going to put a barrier on, like a crash barrier start, probably there, something like that, and then do like a starting gate here, and then do like a traffic light system, and then probably do like a pit garage front on this side here. Then on this side put a bit of greenery, do like an hillside type rock face type thing. So what I'll do is I'll put my glue gun on so I can start this barrier, glue this barrier together. I can mark it out and drill my holes in my board and put them in. So I'll do that now. I'll do it so it's red and green lights flash on a traffic light, I think. Then do a light up starting gantry. So on this side where I'm sitting now, this will be my view inside. This is where you'll view it from. So this side's going to be blank. That's glued on there now. So that's what I want car to be. So if I mark it out here, and I can run my router down here and slot it, do a slot in it. And then, because I'm a scale electric guy, all my scale electric cars are roughly the same width. So I can mark that out there. So I'm going to mark this out we'll mark it out at 55 mil. I've marked it where my posts are, so now I'll mark it at 55 for each post, so I can just put them into, track. I can glue my board and put them in. So I need to find a drill bit for this, to take this peg. Because it's a 12 mil thick board, that'll be sound. I can just drill this straight. I'll not drill it straight through, but drill it down a bit. Right, so that's me. That's my barrier on. And then, so I want to slot this. I want to do a slot out here. But I think what I'm going to do is, I'm going to lift that rail bed up a little bit. So it'll be, the road will be like curved down to it. If you get something like this bit of ply, and can do like a gutter down here. Or I could just go to my wood store and get something just the right width. So I'll mark that off there. Right, so we can cut this plank off, mark this out here, get my square, mark that off. Do a centre line again. So width of this wood is 74mm, half of 74 is 37. So I mark that 37 at this end. Mark it at 37 this end. And draw my line. So middle, that's not middle. I think we've got a bit of a problem here. Did I do that? 37. Yeah, alright, first time. Just don't quite look square. Right, I'll just cut this down. I'll be back in a sec. Right, I can't, that don't fit in my bandsaw, so I'll just pause the video. I'll just pause the video, I'll cut it and I'll be back in a second. Right, I've cut my piece of timber down and I've routed my slot in my track, in my board. So I'll just clean all this out with sander, but with knife. Right, so if I line this up now, I can see through my gap. If I line that up now into my slot there, now my escort will sit on track. We'll sit on my starting point with wheels flat. So what I'm going to do is I can glue that and screw it down. But first I think I'm going to chamfer them edges off. Chamfer them right down so that it's sloping instead of being a steep drop. So we can make it look like it's a starting gate, a starting track. So you can have it all the way back there, or you can have it a bit longer, a bit further up. That's an escort, it's Cosworth. You could have big muscle car, big Falcon XC muscle car on there. That'll fit on there nicely. Could almost have any car on there really. Charger. Fast and Furious Charger fits on there. Back end overhangs a little bit, but fits on there just nice. That'll be it for now, I think. I I could even lift it up slightly and have it raised. Or shall I not? There's like a hill climbing type thing. But I'll have it flat actually. Let's have it flat. Right, I'll just pause it and I'll chamfer the edges off. Right, I've done that. Chamfer the edges off. See now where it's gone from that thickness down to that, just on the edge there. And then I've same on that side. What I've used to sand that off, that's a car body panel beaters tool, just a rubber block you can buy from Motorist Discounts. Just fits in hand nice, you can hold it like that, or hands on it like that, and that gives you this edge as a flat edge. And this sandpaper I've got in it is of course, it's an emery cloth type paper, and I've ripped that in half to fit that, to fit the width of this. It's off like a belt sander type tool. Very handy, very good at rubbing wood off so quick. So I think I'll glue that. I'll glue and screw that down, and then we can put some chippings in, some bits of dust and stuff down, and then blend it into, well, I'll get some decorators filler and blend it into the board, blend this board into the baseboard. So I'll get me little drill, I can drill that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drill it, pilot hole it, drill it with a 3mm drill bit. Then I'll countersink this edge. Now what I'll do is, first of all, to make sure this is lined up properly, use my square. And you put it on the edge of your board, line up with that first up with your line, and scribe it down. And do the same on the back side, like that. Same on this back side here. Scroll it down. And same on this board. So then they're all going to be, you can just line it up on end. So that's lined, they're lined. So I can just line that up, line the lines up on the two boards, and I know that's square. So I can drill that. Drill that through. Alright, so that's drilled through, I can countersink it. I countersink it, then its screws go flush. So I've got a box of counter sinks, all different sizes, big ones, little ones, like 3 different sizes. So what I'll do is I'll turn my glue gun off before I waste all my glue. So just put that in. So where your 3mm hole is here, I'll that middle one. Put that in the middle. Put it downward pressure on the drill. Now this wood, this ply, this is exterior ply, this brown stuff. So it's a bit darker than, and it's a bit harder than the other, than this. This is just normal ply. So what I'll do is I'll just get some right cheap pliers. I'm going to use some right shallow little screws so I don't go through the bottom of my board. Get some right cheap just cheap PVA glue. It all does the trick. Put plenty on. I'll be using this PVA quite a bit on this job. It's good to use to spread. It's good to use to it's good to use that PVA. You can water it down and mess about with it. I'll just spread this glue around. Right, so line that back up with holes. We've got a ratchet screwdriver. Really get some decent forcing on that. Right, so now you can see that's flush. That square is just a bit deeper than wood, and that's how I want it. And it's not come through the bottom of the board, and that's how I want it as well. So I'll do the other 6, the other 5. We want them deep so that when we fill it over, it'll there's enough room to fill screws over. So then we go back to a flush board. So I'll just put all these. Put all these screws in. So we've got a 12mm piece of ply. We've got a 5mm piece of exterior ply, and we're using I don't know what that is, an inch. Half-inch eighths we're using to go through the lot. So that 3mm drill bit, that's just right size for these, for these 1/2" 8s. Right, so that's his board done. So we want some of his decorators filler, which is brilliant for stuff, and I've already watered it down. Still quite watery, so you get a decent, nice and sloppy inside. So just chuck it on. Velvet screw heads. In fact, I need to sand. I should have sanded that off first. I'll just clean them bits, clean them screw heads down. Right, so that screw head's gone over. And the good thing about this decorators filler, you can sand it down once you've used it. Once it's gone off, it's all gone hard. You can sand it down and shape it. So this side, we've got to be careful of his holes for the for me things I've drilled. So I don't want anything on where the moles are there. That's all gone off. So this one, I'll pull it this way. and when you've wet it, when you've watered it down, you can still, it takes ages to go off this now. I've watered it down, so it might be a while before I put the next video up of this. If you get it as near as damn it as how you want it, then you can, it's less time of sanding down and prattling about. Well, I got told, I'm learning in car body shop to be a body guy. The more you put on, the more you got to rub off. So bear that in mind when you're doing it. Just get a tiny little bit more. If I'd not chamfered these edges off on this wood, I'd have a lot more, to get the angle that I want, I'd have a lot more filler on here, a lot more decorators filler to build it up. And we don't want that much on. Right guys, I think that's it for this one. I keep messing about with it. So, with his barrier in, that's now his barrier in flat. And that boarding, that in there flat. What I'll do is, in fact I'll carry on a little bit further. I'm going to cut some board to go down there. So what I mean by that is, I've got loads of this insulation board, not insulation board, this stuff is expanding foam, a good quality expanding foam. I had it on one of my old layouts and I didn't want to throw it away. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to cut that off, I think, put it along there, then rock face this edge, and then you can flatten that off a little bit, put some spectators on. So I'll do that. Put that way. I can draw freaking masking tape for my Goodyear letters. Stick that on there out of way. We'll put that on there. Draw that down. little pencil mark here. I'll just cut this off and I'll be back. That's cut down now. So what I'll do is that fits on there just nice, like so. I can glue that on and I can smooth that edge in with this decorator's filler. So when we come back again on the next video, we'll be able to see that work, that all dried up, ready to go. This decorator's filler, expanding film, you see how it's got big holes in it, but majority of it's all nice and smooth. The cheaper you go with your expanding foam, the bigger the holes and the worse it is. So you want to get the dearer stuff to do this job. So I'll get me glue gun out and I'll glue that down. Now it's chuffing cool down a bit. I do have a lot of tools at my disposal. I've been buying for years. Or do DIY tools and loads of stuff really. So it just makes it easier. If you've got the tools, it makes it easier to do the job. So this is a different car, but I don't mind. It's only cheapo this, so it doesn't matter if we get stuff on tyres. So that'll sit in there. I'm going to do like a sign with a post here, about so high, for a car to go under. I'll do like a traffic light. I'll do like a traffic light thing here. And I might do like a front, like a garage type front here, and some bit of a pit crew and that, like an old school pit building. This is all still really wet. This stuff won't dry for a long time. Might not even be dry tomorrow night. Could be a while. When that's all painted, when the road's painted a bit brown, or I might do it a bit greyish, brown inside, and like a grass. And then this will be rock face along here, browned off top. That's going to look pretty good, that is. Right, this is not enough now, it's glue gun. So just squeeze it all out. and that goes off. I might cut a little bit of ply actually to go over the back of that. And again, because we're using 12mm ply, it can screw straight into the body of ply. You can screw down this edge here. So I've got a nice bit of ply here. Just want to roughly draw this in. If I draw that edge in there, I can cut out my jigsaw. I've cut that piece of ply from the shape of the rock side, so that's going to go on back just to square that off, just to shape that up. And it'll protect it as well when it's in transit, when you're going around places. So I need to mark out 12mm long bottom, and then I can drill that edge. So I'll do that. And I'll do the same thing again. I'll use 3mm. I'll use a 3mm drill. So I'll mark a 6mm line actually. I'll mark it 6mm so it's bang in the middle. So it screws are bang in the middle of that board. Right, so I've marked out 6mm. And I probably want to do that probably 20mm in from end for one. For first I will 20mm in from other end for last hole. So then we're going to have that far between screws, which is 260mm, because this board's 300mm long by 200mm wide. So if we mark that, then do it every every 50mm, I think. 50, 100, 150, 200. So if you mark that at 50mm, do that, and that's plenty of screws to hold that on. And the same again, we'll counter stink them so that they're going to be, screws will be flush. So I want me 3mm drill bit. Female drill all the way through. And what I'll do is I'll fit the end to, take it off, glue it, drill the rest through, because that way that way then I get it square, and it's going to be in that end perfectly. Right, so what I'm going to do here now, just hold that onto that side. Make sure wood's square. I'll drill it, drill into it, so that hopefully it's not near the top, it's not in the middle at all, it's just off the middle. That should be alright. Right, I'll counter stink that, and then we'll I'll drill all others. That's a decent countersink, so you can sink screw in, so it screws flush with the end of wood. I use these ones these are a bit longer, these silver ones. So I'll glue that. I'll glue this edge off here. Oh, there's a big nail there. Forgot about that nail. And just bash that nail down. There we go. And what I'll do is I'll just run some glue along this edge. Drop that edge, that on there. I'll just I'll put one screw in. I'll just countersink these others. I've heat glued that to top to edge here. So now I can just fill that gap in with the with that decorators filler stuff. That's really cheap stuff. Oops. I think that's gone a bit awry, that has. Right. I'm not bothered with that screw. think we might go right with just 5 in it instead of 6. All these screws I've got here are all ones I've used and took out in the old layout, and I've reused them. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to put these longer ones, I think these are 1.5 inch, these I think, if I remember rightly. That'll really bite into wood a bit better. And that last one. Let's put this one in it. It'll be right. Right, that's my the back edge on. So, as you can see there, I've just come a bit low with the screw. What I'll do now is I'll just fill them in. Just fill over them screws, so when it all gets painted, it's a seamless, it'll be a fully finished thing. You're not going to be able to see them. So with this side now, pull my barrier out. What we do now is you just start filling this over. You can really, with thinner stuff, you struggle to get. With thinner stuff, because I've watered it down a lot, that's good for some stuff, and then you want the thicker stuff that you haven't watered down for this, for big ovals. I mean, you can usually, once you've got to this stage, I'm happy with that, how it is, with that shape of how that is. But what you can do is just take your craft knife or scalpel and that, or one of them telescopic type knives, and you can just start carving at it and doing whatever finish you want. You can make it to however you want to make it. So you need to cover all the film completely with this decorator's filler. I think that one was something like £3 or £4 a tub for like a kilogram in weight, which I don't think is a lot of money. But then I'm a bit liberal with money. I don't watch it too much. I don't keep my eye on stuff too much. Right, this end here, I'm not going to do anything with this end here. I'll leave that end as it is for now, and I'll show you why later on in another few videos time, what I'm going to do with that end. And it's something to do with lighting, because I'm doing lighting on it. So you want to just cover it all covered, so there's nothing left, nothing spare. There's no uncovered film. It all needs to be completely covered. I mean, the thinner it is as well, it's easier to spread. The thinner it is. So what I'm doing, I'm just going to do this top edge here. What I'm using here to do this edge, this spreader, it's a car body filler spatula. So it's like if you mess about it too much, you reopen, you've covered a bit, then you opened an hole out, you can open holes back out. And to thin it out, you just put water in it, just normal water. So, like I said earlier, this is a cheap filler, but it's a deer expanding film, because you don't want to be filling holes in with that cheap filler, because it'll end up costing you a lot of money in the long run, because you're filling massive holes in, which you don't want to be doing. and this will just eat it all up. You can really get it all lost. Just want to be careful where I'm doing that, because my barrier owls. Don't really matter that much about lines you put in it. If you put lines in it, then when you paint it, you can make it more of a feature. Now easy to zone out when you're doing this job. So now it's getting there. It's like getting to the point now it's nearly all covered. Don't know what that freaking thing is. So I never throw anything away. I always save as much as I can, so that if I decide to do a job like this, it's not going to cost me a lot of money, because I've already got a load of tackle to do it. So I'll just run my finger down there, pull that lot in so it smooths it off. A little bit of crap there. So I'll just try this in. So that's how that looks. Right, I think I'm going to end up video now, guys. And this is about it. As much as I'm going to do on this today. Right. Can be here forever and a day messing about with it. Going over it and over it and over it and patting about, making sure it's right and that. So pull them out of there. Right, that's it, guys. I'll leave that alone that long. I won't. Right. That's it now, I'm definitely leaving it that. Alright guys, that's definitely it this time. I'll leave it like that. I'll just show you around. That's the basis of my diorama. Right guys, thanks for watching. It's been a long one, but stay tuned for the next one. Cheers guys, see you, bye.